Man, I really got the gift of gab, don't I? It is day 22. All I had was a green tea today. Right now it's like 1:30. I had to meet up with a mentor today. She was somebody at, an old school that just, really can, gravitated towards me, really tried to build me up and help me out. And even try to offer me the job, just really tried to care for me as like a motherly figure, as a, a new person in the field of education. And, just meeting up with her, talking how my first year's going and things like that. And, one conversation that really, which I wanted to come on here and talk about, for you people, just like your worth, like obviously we don't live in a society where, your worth is defined by your character, and which then you can get monetary gain. And I think that's the conflict a lot of us are in, and that's what creates the stagnation, and that's what creates the, what I'm going to be talking about. Because you try to prove yourself, right? You're trying to prove to yourself that you can do it, right? And what that means is like, I can do it. I can get the job, and I can get the money, and I can get the accolades, and I can do the things, right? And that creates that proving to yourself, which then creates the need to prove yourself to others. And then when you prove yourself to others, they might not necessarily come out right and be like, yo, Brandon, you're great, or yo, Anthony, you're great, or yo, Troy, you're great. You know what I mean? I'm just saying random names, my friends' names. You know what I mean? They're not going to say, yo, you're awesome, you're this person, and Doreen, you're amazing, right? They're not going to say that. And, they're not going to say they might say, yeah, you're good at the job, but they're not going to say like your intangibles, like what you're really bringing. They're not going to say that, yo, your personality and what you offer and how you're able to do X things, like really is so valuable, and that's why we like you. They're not going to give you what your actual characteristics and what represents you. They're not going to give you that. And that's what then how do you, and that's what you're trying to prove too at the same time. You're trying to prove that like your abilities and like right, like that's what you want to prove. You want to prove like I am this person, I am this likable person, and I am this great. And you see it, and then it's like you're trying to prove yourself to your others and yourself, and then that creates this stagnation because you can't beat yourself, right? There's no way to beat yourself. There is no way. How do you best yourself? You know what I mean? I mean, that creates the stagnation, because then you're just like this. It creates an internal struggle, because then you're like, well, why am I trying to prove myself to others? And why aren't they seeing my greatness? And then you go, and then that also can create, well, everybody's hating on me, or nobody likes me, and then everybody likes me, and I'm great, and then, oh, why does everybody like me? And then it goes into the pride and the ego thing, and we're like, I shouldn't want to feel like, you don't want to get caught up in you, right? You don't even want to get caught up in you. Like, you don't want to feel like, that's why I've been making these videos lately, like heavy, because it's like, I don't want to get, I'm like looking away, because like when I'm going on this walk, there's a lot of snakes, and these snakes be big as shit, and they be scaring the shit out of me. But you don't want to get wrapped up in you the whole time. Like, I just want to be able to go along with the game plan, right? And I think that's the problem. Like, you want to just be able to go along and be like, yeah, I'm this person, and that speaks for me, and then that's going to lead me to things. But the reality is that's not, that isn't the reality we live in. So you kind of have to assert yourself, right? You have to assert yourself, but then you also have to not get wrapped up in yourself, right? You can't be like, I'm this person, I want to leave a legacy, and I was like that. I want to leave a legacy, I want to be this person, and blah, 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 blah. But it's like, that's that pride and that ego, and then that leads to a downfall in other ways, right? So you gotta also not fall victim to yourself, right? That's a bar. That's a bar. That might be the title of the video. Don't fall victim to yourself. You know what I mean? Don't play yourself. You know what I mean? Don't play yourself out here. So yeah, I don't want to get caught up in my own pride and ego, and then that creates the stagnation too, because like I said, you're trying to compete with everybody. You're trying to compete with everybody, you're competing with yourself, which then you fall victim to the pride and the ego, and that creates stagnation, because now you're doing something that maybe you should have got out of, maybe you should have moved on from, but you're trying to prove. So you're holding on to things that don't serve you anymore. So you need to figure out a way to free yourself from that and be okay with that. No regrets, no feeling. Like, you got to let that old version of you die, right? Yeah, that's just a lesson that, always have to learn. That is something I think in each situation and circumstance you put yourself in. I'm just keep looking around. There's nobody out here on it, but I like to look around. But yeah, each circumstance you'll be put yourself through, you'll learn it some more, right? And that's why I've been talking about. So that explains a little bit about why I've been talking about, like, all right, if I'm going to go overseas and teach, right? I'm trying to go over and get myself. Do I want to stay and live in my mom's house do I want to live in my mom's house forever? No. I do want to be myself established, but like, if I stay at this school, right? If I stay at this school, the renting around my area, no matter where I go, is too expensive. I can't afford it. But if I were to go internationally, right, save my money that way, and then, the cost of living will be so cheap, I'll save money, and then I can come back and be able to do my things. But then it's like, but if I stay at this school, I can make an impact, and I can make a difference, and the kids love me, and da-da-da-da, and then it's like, and then on top of that, it's like, or do I get wrapped up in life, and then it's like, I can get my master's, and then I just stay there, and then I get comfortable, and then I get stagnant, and then it's like, what do you know what I'm saying? It's like, or do I go take that risk while I'm single, Mr. Take That Risk, I don't know if you guys see that, these reels, but do I go take that risk, and I go and try to make something of myself? Do I just always make myself feel uncomfortable? Do I always make myself feel a fish out of water? So at the beginning, all this was for you guys. It was heat for you guys. Now I'm talking about me. Do I go and make myself uncomfortable? Like, each year, it's like I just put myself in harder and harder circumstances, and I think that's all I've done in my life. I'm just being honest. That's all I've ever done in my life, is just make it as hard as possible for myself. Brandon, why can't you make it easy on yourself? No, Brandon, you have to put yourself through the worst things possible. You know why? Because you believe in yourself enough, just enough, that you can deal with the uncomfortableness of always being the fish out of water. That's just how it is. I don't go fucking, excuse my language, I go from teaching in Philly to I was about to say the school. I don't want to say almost said it, but whatever. I go from teaching there, and then it's like I'm teaching at rough schools, and then it's like, oh man, if you go international, you're gonna deal with these spoiled, entitled brats. They're all expats, they're teaching at an international school, and I'm gonna be the only black teacher there. I'm already the only black teacher here. It's like, you just constantly want to just make it difficult on yourself, huh? That's all you want to do. You don't want to take nothing easy. I mean, nothing came easy. Nothing came easy, and I think I just got to ride that route. And I think that's like, and I think I'm fighting that call because it's like, I think I'm fighting it because it's like, yo, I never had, it's like, man, I could go easy mode. I really could go easy mode. But then I would hate myself. I would hate myself if I went easy mode. Yeah, I could ride it out. Oh, my first period class. Oh, 8 out of 17 people show up every day. This is easy. That's what it's looking like for the rest of my years. I get my master's. I stay at the school, then I go and I look to go to be a principal, and it's like, man, that's it. Or it's like, do I go to zigzag here, they zigzag there, and go different routes to then ultimately reach? I could still reach that path, but it's like, do I want to do it on my own accord, so then I'm not like proving myself anymore? Like, I can just be a principal at a school and just be cool. I could be like, yeah, I'm done. I've done it. I did it all. I proved myself everywhere I freaking went. I'm done. I'm not insane anymore. You know what I mean? I hope this video resonates with you. I feel like, like I said, I'm day 22. I feel like the clarity's there. I feel like this video was passionate. I feel like it was filled with love, filled with joy. I feel like it's one of my best videos during my fast so far. I really feel like this was a good, in-depth conversation about, like, you gotta be okay that nobody's gonna say the loud part, or the quiet part out loud. Like, no, you're an amazing person, but I mean, at the end of the day, like, we still have to make money. We still got to take care of our bills. We still got to do these things. And unfortunately, the intangibles that you bring to an environment doesn't pay the bills. So you got to make some different routes. I wish people would, commend you for the abilities that you have. Man, your smile lights up the room. They're not going to say that. They're going to just be hating on you. They're just going to be like, man, I hate that the smile lights up that room. That big ass, bright smile. You know what I mean? They're going to be like, God damn it. So, just some things to think about. Hope everybody has a great day. It's Monday, day 22. I'm going to, only got a 3-day week. So, let's get back to it. I'll talk to you guys in the next one.